just loading up the latest release of Survivalcraft 1.23. It came out, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours ago, if that, an hour and a half ago. So I've downloaded it. I've not had a chance until now to have a really good go at it, so I thought, out of everything that's in here that I'd like to see, draw distance is one of the biggest things that I want to see, because I feel that the way that both Survivalcraft and Minecraft Pocket Edition are displayed on mobile devices hinders that feeling of immersion, because you have the fog and the draw distance is so close. And Kaalus has been saying in his tweets and in his posts that he's been working on it, and he can get it up to 2.5 times the current on a device like this. And I'm on a Nexus 7 first generation, so it's about a year old. Still, I think, very powerful, fast little machine. I'm sure the new Nexus 7, the second generation one, is more powerful and faster, but this is still it's better than a poke in the eye with a stick. So I think it should be able to run at 2.5 without too much difficulty. I suspect from what Kaalus has said in his post that running it at 2 times will be better, but I thought what I'd do is set it up now, and we'll have a look at my world, the lab, my testing zone, and try the main draw distances to see the difference. I can get that out tonight on YouTube, and you guys can see the difference, especially if maybe you're on slower devices and you're thinking of upgrading to a newer device. You're thinking, what exactly will the draw distance give me? Hopefully this video will show you. So let's see where we are. Settings, performance. Yeah, I set it down. I came on before and set it to 32. We've got 48. Let's have a look. 32, good for slower devices. 48, good for slower devices. 64, I would think, is lower end of normal. 96, I think that's what I was on before. That says 512 megabyte RAM recommended. 128 blocks, which I'm pretty sure is 2 times. So that'll be 96 will be 1.5. That'll be 64 will be 1 time. So that's 2 times, and then you've got 160, which will be 2.5 times, and it says they're experimental, not recommended. So we slide it all the way back down to 32. Everything else is on high. Camera angle, screen resolution high. I think that's, yeah, medium high. Everything else is enabled. Let's go back. Graphics. I've got dark areas down to 0. Quite like dark caves. User interface is the smallest. Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. Right, I think that's pretty good. Block texture, I'm using. I found before when I fired this up, the block texture had reverted back to the default, but I don't like the default. Well, I don't like it's a bit strong. I prefer. It's not my favourite texture. So I've gone back to my 1.22 Fanvert mod version 4 saturated.png, which I've got from the community download section. Because it's 1.22, some of the newer blocks, the electrical components, the gravestones, aren't rendered, and I'll show you that when we go in there later on. But hopefully whoever did the 1.22 Fanvert will do those as soon as they can, because it's a really nice texture pack. It's a shame to see them, drifting away just through lack of being updated. Okay, so as I said, performance is at 32 blocks. Let's go to single player. You can see there's the lab, Wales, Hammer Time and Muppets. Muppets, Hammer Time and Wales are just random seeds I was trying by typing in words that popped into my head. None of them were particularly interesting. Wales was the one where I found the nice submerged cave on an island, and I made a video about it a while ago, but to be frank, I'll probably delete all 3 of those. So the lab is the only one that's really any use at the moment. Let's see, click on there. What modify does on this, if there's any change. No, that's the seed for the lab. Wowzers. So, the lab play. Now remember, this is 32 blocks. Generating. Here we go. So that's not too bad. Oh, you know, yeah, you can see the trees are disappearing into the fog there. Let's have a fly. Oh, it's good. You can see how nippy it is. Very, very fast, but of course it's got next to nothing to draw. Well, I say very fast. It's not that fast, is it? But that could be because I'm recording. I'm sure that's not the game. That was interesting there. You can see I'm not that far away from where I keep all the blocks for texture pack testing, and straight away the trees are disappearing into the fog. Okay, so that is 32 blocks. Let's come out. You have to quit between testing these. If you don't, well, I'll tell you what, I'll show you. So we'll go to performance, move it up one notch to, well, actually, no, we'll not do 48, we'll go straight to 60, 96. Yeah, 96, which is the first one where it says you've got a RAM recommendation. Now, if I go back, and then back to quick to go to the game, it says reload needed. You must close and reload the world for the visibility range settings to take effect. Okay. But I think they've already taken effect, because look, the trees over there aren't fogged quite as close. The fog draw distance is quite some way away. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. Let's test it. Quit. Single player. The lab. Play. Okay, loading and generating. Dump. No, it does look better than it did before. Hello, Wolf. If you don't mind, that's my boat, not yours. I think this is where I would normally play, so let's have a fly. Oops, what if I click fly, I guess? Right, so that's quite nice. I mean, you're getting a lot of the forest there. Let's fly up. Whoa, there we go. But you can see, I mean, where the hill and the pool is just at the middle of the screen, top middle of the screen, they're already disappearing into the fog there. It's almost as though you can just see a disc of the earth below you. That's all you can see. So, and we remain flying. Let's see what a full whack 2.5 times looks like. I better quit, I guess, because we need to. Back. Should have pressed settings, sorry guys. Performance. So this will be 2 times, but we're going to go straight up to the top. Experimental 2.5 times. Okay. Single player, the lab, play. Now I think you'll be pretty impressed with this. From my brief test before, it was very nice. Gotta let it draw, because it's going to draw a lot more now. That was the hill and the pool that was disappearing into the fog. They're pretty clear now. In fact, it's just drawing the stuff behind it. You can see that ice, you can see a lot more behind there. So, let's have a fly. You can definitely tell it's slower. It feels slower. It feels sluggish. The movement doesn't feel as just as responsive. It just does not have that responsive edge that it would normally do. Although, unless I was in a life or death fight, I don't think this would be a problem. I'd be quite happy to explore and build with this kind of speed. And you've got to think as well, I am filming, so there could be an element of performance slowdown, just because it's actually, at the same time it's doing all this, it's writing all the raw data to the internal hard drive, which is filling up. And as we all know, these Nexus devices do have an issue once you get below about 3 gigabytes of free space. Now I think I have about 4.5 to 5 gigabytes of free space, and I won't have recorded a gigabyte just doing this, but I do have another video that I filmed last night I've not yet processed, so I probably am around about the 3 gigabyte of free space point at the moment. So there could be an element of that coming into play. I do love it when it goes from rain to snow like that. It's very nice. Love little snowflakes as well. So I think this is quite nice, and unless it causes some hideous crashes, I like it. I could quite easily play on this. Like I say, unless you're on a life or death fight and it slows you up just that little bit, takes the edge off the fight and your reactions. I can see that being annoying because you would of course die. Now look, cave down there. Not much of one, but oh, maybe there, down there. Yeah, there we go. That definitely felt, whoa, that's dark. Time for a torch. That definitely felt much more sluggish, just trying to go into that cave then. That's it. Wow. There's not much of a cave there, but still. No. Whoa. So guys, oh blimey, if I'm going to find my way back to, oh, you can see there, I did say it, there's the gravestones, and I presume the pink sides are the textures that haven't been updated yet. Although, why would they still look like gravestones? That's interesting, because I would expect them to look like this down here. The new electrics, you can see they haven't got any textures, but again they've got a shape, so I don't know how the texture engine works on this, and the texture bank that's used, it seems to define its shape. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, a compass. So hopefully the guy who does the Fanva one that I use will update soon. This is definitely quite sluggish, but as I say, I am probably filling up my little internal memory quite quickly doing this video. Back into the snow. So there you go guys, if you're thinking of updating your device and wondering what effect it would have on Survivalcraft, hopefully this has answered your question. To me this is perfectly playable. Might not be to you hardcore wolf beater uppers and bear wrestlers, but if you're just into a bit of building and a bit of exploring, I think this is quite nice. Right, I'll call it a night there guys. Hopefully this has been helpful, and I'll see you in some of the other videos. We've been doing quite a lot in Minecraft Pocket Edition recently. Pirate Cove is coming along slowly. We've got a survival series about to start. I say we, this is me and my son, and hopefully when he's using an iPad mini, I'm on this Nexus as I said, when he gets this updated version, we might be filming some, and obviously we can't do it together because there's no multiplayer yet, hopefully one day, but if we can do some on his, maybe take some screenshots, we can put that up on his blog. Okay guys, right, I'm going to call it a day here. I'll see you all in the next video.